Get Up Nation. My name is Ben Biddick. I am the creator and host of the Get Up Nation podcast, where I serve individuals, organizations, and societies to develop and sustain resilience and perseverance. I'm the co-author of Get Up, The Art of Perseverance, with former Major League Baseball player and CEO of Lurong Living, Adam Greenberg.
The Get Up Nation podcast is brought to you in partnership with GotYourSixCoffee.com, where Navy veteran Eric Hadley is committed to serving first responders, veterans, and their families through a variety of nonprofit organizations. No stranger to adversity, Eric has fused necessity of coffee with his passion for public service. You're already purchasing coffee. Why not empower your coffee with purpose? Why not purchase coffee that not only has your six, but also has the backs of those who don a uniform of service for our communities and great country? Learn more about Eric and his freshly roasted, award-winning coffee at GotYourSixCoffee.com. Welcome to this episode of the Get Up Nation podcast. Recently, I had the honor and privilege of speaking with Rudolph Christmatis, better known as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because he happens to have been born with an abnormal nose. He was born with a genetic abnormality called nosus illuminatus, and is the only known reindeer to ever have been born with this condition that makes his reindeer nose glow bright enough to illuminate the fog of night. Like so many of my Get Up Nation guests, what started out as a troubling reality became Rudolph's greatest strength. A veritable rock star for the ages, Rudolph sat down with me to share his journey of resilience, from early rejection to heroism on Christmas Eve, from confronting the elite Santa's reindeer program to basically being Santa Claus's most loved, adored, and respected reindeer. It is with great pleasure I share with you Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Rudolph, thank you for joining me on the Get Up Nation podcast.
Great to be here, Ben. Glad this worked out.
Me too. Certainly things have to be very busy for you this time of year.
Yeah, it's pretty much as busy as it gets, but I always have time for you, brother.
How much time can you spare?
A few minutes. This time of year I spend most of my days and nights stretching, hydrating, polishing my nose, and working on a little bit of yoga. Christine Magadam from Cork Yoga sent me a yoga mat made of Portuguese cork that I'm loving right now.
That's great. It was great having Christine on the show recently.
Yeah, she's the best.
So let's jump right in. It wasn't easy for you early. Most reindeer have noses that don't glow or illuminate the darkness during severe fog. What was that like growing up?
Well, my dad was basically ashamed of me. He tried to cover my nose with mud, and that made it, difficult to breathe. And I'm a real fan of breathing. I try to breathe all the time. I like it so much. The mud just made my voice sound real nasal and weird, made it pretty difficult socially. I feel really lucky I met Clarice, who loves me for the reindeer I am and not just what I can do for her. Anyways, my dad always wanted me to grow up and be part of Santa's team, but he couldn't see how my nose was actually an asset. He just saw me as different and wanted to suppress it. And when the mud fell off in front of Santa's training team, all the other reindeer basically thought I was some sort of frightening mutant. So yeah, it wasn't easy, but things worked out in the end.
So how often is Christmas Eve foggy? Was it just that one Christmas where you saved the day, or does it happen a lot?
Well, Ben, we basically go all over the world every Christmas Eve, and there's bound to be fog somewhere on the route. They were just kind of winging it before I came along. I was surprised they didn't have some form of illumination in place, but I guess it's kind of fun just closing your eyes and crossing your hooves.
Drive fast, take chances. That's what we used to say in the Army.
Yeah, definitely. But now with OSHA and a lot of crackdown on drones and flight patterns from the FAA and everything, Santa gets less harassment if he just runs his team with me in front. We had a close call with the 747 over the Atlantic a few years ago. NORAD threatened to not cover our route on the NORAD Santa tracker map because we didn't want kids seeing Santa's sleigh get wiped out of the sky by a passenger jet. So I guess I understand why they have to be that way.
Rudolph, just so you can stay extra sharp and alert during your run, I wanted to give you this gift of Got Your Six coffee. Eric Hadley, a Navy veteran, owns this coffee company, and on behalf of Eric, myself, and Get Up Nation, we wanted to give you and the team some Christmas Eve coffee.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Also wanted to give you a copy of the Warrior's Book of Virtues, written by Nick Bennis, Buzz Bryan, and Matt Bloom. Feel free to drop this off with someone who needs it to get through their challenges in 2020.
Definitely will. Love it.
So how was that for you after that run? The entire herd was basically ridiculing you your entire life, and then you saved the day, and now they're your best friends?
Yeah. At first it was like, oh, so now you let me play some reindeer games because I saved the day? Now you're shouting out with glee? Now my name will go down in history? It took a while for me to let that go. Santa basically came to me and apologized from everyone. He made everyone go through sensitivity training. Now we're pretty tight, but every now and then when Prancer and Cupid start trying to ridicule someone for being different, then I just turn out the lights when we're going over a gorge until they're about ready to soil themselves, then light up the night again at the last second so we don't die. That usually is a good reminder for them not to be such jerks.
What have you learned from all this?
Well, I basically do anti-bullying talks and stuff like that now. I gave a TED Talk and it worked out good with the red logo and all. I basically just lit up the room with my face and everyone went bonkers. Doing Saturday Night Live was fun. I totally broke character when Will Ferrell almost knocked me over. He was jamming so hard on his cowbell around the set. Christopher Walken is a true professional. It was great talking with Tom Bilyeu and Gary Vee, too. They get me so amped.
No doubt. So what do you have lined up for 2020 after the big run south?
I got a lot of speaking engagements. Joe Rogan keeps calling, Lewis Howes, Oprah, Conan, Jimmy Kimmel, 60 Minutes wanted to interview me about whether Trump was on the naughty list or not. I'm just staying out of that one. Jocko Willink is trying to get a hold of me, but he only calls me at like 4:30 in the morning. Let's see, I got a meditation session with Sam Harris. I don't know, a bunch of stuff.
Rudolph, I always end the show with 6 questions to help my listeners understand the why within my phenomenal guests. Are you willing to run through these 6 quick questions with me?
Let's roll.
Who are you thankful for today?
I'm thankful for my family. We've had to deal with snow monsters at the North Pole with dental problems, my nose being different. We've had to deal with a lot. I'm just thankful for my family, Santa, and all the people on the good list who make my year so satisfying.
And now that we've covered who you're thankful for, what are you thankful for today?
I'm thankful to be here with you.
How do you fuel the fire within you?
I fuel it by listening to Santa, share all the stories of the people who are on the good list, who serve others, who create a finer world for all of us. That inspires me and makes the fire within me grow.
What was one thing adversity taught you to value?
Differences. We're all different. If you look at our differences as opportunities, we can all play a unique role in making this world a great place to live.
What are you doing today you never thought you could?
Leading Santa's sleigh. Every year it gets better and better.
And what will you do tomorrow that you may have never thought you could?
I was thinking of asking Santa if we could do some ride-alongs. Give some kids who haven't had it easy a ride-along on Christmas Eve. Maybe that's what we'll do tomorrow.
Amazing, Rudolph. Thank you. How can people learn more about you?
They can watch films about me or read any of the books that have highlighted my journey. I'm on social.
Rudolph, such a pleasure. Thanks for taking time out and have a safe run tonight.
My pleasure, Ben. Get up, nation. Stay on the good list. Have a great Christmas.